Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning into the day's energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through for you. I'm so grateful for my connection with Virgo. So glad that I can do these readings for you. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying your journey to becoming more and more yourself. All right, Virgo, let's get into your reading. In the past, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. I've gotten a couple questions about why I start in the past, so I thought I would just share. As a psychic, as someone who's undiagnosed autistic, maybe ADHD, I see a lot of patterns. And so it helps for me to see where the energies were in the past and where they are now, to help me kind of see what the pattern would be going forward. So that's why I start in the past. A lot of times also it helps kind of connect with the reading, tuning in. So I hope that helps. To those of you wondering why the past is always in this reading, or often in the readings. So we've got the Page of Swords in reverse. A lack of learning, a lack of new ideas. This is someone who doesn't want to learn anything new. This reminds me of an adult who's has waited to be an adult so they can be the person who's got the right answers just because they're an adult. Does that make sense? Someone who wants to be perceived as correct and that they have the answers, but they don't want to learn anything new. The Magician, someone's a master manifester. Someone's tired. It feels like the master manifester is your energy, Virgo. It feels like in the past you've got at least someone who's dedicated to not learning anything new, not learning anything about themselves new, about the world. They know everything already. And it feels like they're a bully. They want to lord over you. They want power over you. They want to make decisions for you. They're in competition with you, and they want power over you. It looks like with this Magician card that there's a decision in the past that you can't move on with this energy, with this bully, with this type of person who doesn't learn anything new. You can't overcome obstacles with this person. You can't move. It feels like you just need to move away, move on from this energy. This person, very stagnant energy, like nothing moves because there's no new energy. There's no new ideas, new behaviors. It's just stuck in a rut, stuck doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And it feels like your energy is really stagnant, really just slow, God, there's such an arrested development with whoever this is. They need to be right, but there's no learning. It also feels like you can't you can't criticize this person. You can't acknowledge, hey, this is a flaw in your thinking. This is something going on. It feels like you can't tell this person anything that they don't want to hear about themselves. They can't handle anything other. They might even just perceive things as they take criticism very poorly, to say the least. It feels like, yeah, it feels like I'd rather just not say anything than have to deal with the tantrum that this person goes through with a perceived slight. And this person, it feels like they perceive anything. They're very sensitive to how people are perceiving them, but they feel very insensitive to how they treat others. So there's a mismatch, and people have to be very careful how they treat this person, but this person feels like they can show up and say whatever they want to say. So there's a balance, an unequal balance here. With the Hierophant showing up, this might have been a marriage. Someone you were married to. It feels like this is a contract. I'm also with the Hierophant. This might be spiritual abuse. Someone using religion to create unequal power dynamics. My religion says this, that I have authority over you, that type of energy. My religion dictates that I can treat you this way. So it feels like someone using whatever religion or even like societal beliefs to okay cruel treatment, cruelty. Wow. With the Death card, there's the end of some type of establishment here. This might be the end of a marriage that I'm looking at. It's the end of maybe the end of some type of contract. Feels like this cruelty was hidden, maybe behind closed doors. It doesn't feel like this cruelty was very public. It feels private, something you endured behind closed doors type of energy. Feels like it's hard. It feels like in the past you went along with this person, with this energy, this environment for so long and enabled and went along with it, that by the time you wanted to address cruel behavior, it feels like no one's going to believe you, because this person can maintain an air of authority, of being positive, being perceived as a very virtuous person and kind to everyone, because they have the people closest to them that behind closed doors they can torture and punish and treat poorly, so they can remain very loving and well thought of to everyone else. And it also creates an atmosphere where who's going to believe you? Because this person's so nice to everybody else. But if you're closest to this person, you're treated very poorly. There might be children involved. There might be cruelty to a child here. Someone who's very innocent and sweet. Again, it feels like the group is okay with this, as long as it's not seen, as long as it's done behind closed doors. So there's a groupthink here in the past. Like, I'm not liking this at all. What I'm perceiving with this part of the message in the past is treating children cruelly behind closed doors. There's a lot of behind closed doors type of energy here. Because children are vulnerable, because they're easier to manipulate, to take advantage of. And there's somehow, it's almost like there's a disconnect in this group system here in the past. That somehow this is acceptable. There might be a party scene, or it's just not a safe environment for children. Wow. Okay. Moving on to current energy, we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This feels like someone withholding, not being generous, someone not wanting to give abundantly. This could be financial abuse. All right, Virgo, let's find out what the messages are for this current time. Someone's strategizing. Someone's making a plan. It's a challenge for someone to step into leadership right now. Emperor in a challenge position. Someone's having difficult, it's a challenging leadership moment. It feels like the funds aren't there. Someone's trying to strategize and plan, but there's all this deception, lies. Okay. It's a challenge to find success in this current energy. Okay, there's a lot of this chaos energy erupting in this current energy. Energy. How many times can I say energy? There's a fight. There's a conflict breaking out. Maybe it's around this deception. Let me see. Why is there the Six of Pentacles in reverse? Why is there withholding of abundance? Short illness in reverse. Oh, maybe someone's sick. Someone who's short illness in reverse. So a chronic illness for some of you, creating a lack of abundance. Sad news in reverse. Oh, so someone's illness, chronic illness, is not sad news. Prison. Someone's feeling trapped. If any of you have had a chronic illness, it does kind of feel like a prison. harmony, balance, peace, happiness. So it feels like something is being rebalanced here around your finances. Maybe your finances have not been well. Maybe your finances are the chronically unwell energy here. I'm getting my finances better, fixing chicken soup for my bank account, repairing. It does feel like there's a rebalancing going on in these current energies. Let me tune in, see if there's anything else around Six of Pentacles. Daydreaming, head in the clouds, delusion, hopes and dreams. You can't get away, can't relax, can't have fun. There's a clingy energy, old exes, dead relationships, old ways. And shattered in reverse. You're not shattered. You're not broken. You're not living a nightmare. You're not failing. Anything else that's happening in this current environment? Anything that would help Virgo live their highest and greatest good? Yeah, there's confusion. I'm not piecing everything together as easily in this current energy. It was really easy to see in the past, so it feels like there's something going on right now in the current energies, a shift from maybe lack mentality to blessings coming in. It's good news. It's not sad news. So it feels like it's a positive shift. It's something around leadership. It's a challenge for this leader to find success. They're strategizing, but there's this deceptive energy and chaos. People fighting around this deception. And it feels like that's causing a lot of confusion. It almost feels like this deception and this chaos feels like it's meant to cause confusion in this energy. It's meant to create a fog. But it feels like, wow, nice. Hermit card, Virgo, showing up in your own reading in the current present time means you're showing up as yourself in this current energy, so you can take advantage of the positive energies that are happening when you show up as yourself. So it looks like it feels like you're perceiving whatever is happening from a safe vantage point. It's like you're recognizing this imbalance. It feels like you've healed this imbalance within yourself. Whatever imbalance that's being readjusted, financial especially, it looks like. And people trying to cause confusion and lies and deception about this financial rebalancing. People are very passionate and up in arms around this rebalancing. Feels like a final judgment is coming through. It feels very positive for you. What is this judgment? Let me see what's this judgment about? His thoughts, murky thoughts, a gift. Wow, his thoughts, murky thoughts, and a gift. it feels like someone's got clarity, but it feels like there's a lot of people in this deception energy, in this chaos, and it's creating a fog of confusion of what to do. You're seeing, Virgo, that there's an imbalance here. There's a new way of seeing things. It feels like despite whatever the thoughts are, his thoughts, murky thoughts, there's some type of gift. It almost feels irrelevant what the thoughts are. It feels like whoever's trying to think their way out of this or try to talk their way out of, it's just creating more confusion. Feels like the final judgment here is receiving a gift. It looks like people are seeing those who are masked and have tried to sow confusion. Yes. There's at least someone. It could be a group. It feels like they're trying to create this fight, trying to misdirect people. That's what it feels like. Misdirections, red herrings, getting people off trying to confuse people and get them moving. This is manipulative, really trying to control the narrative. And instead, people are seeing that this person is very masked. These people, this person, very masked. And they're trying to purposely create this confusion. But they can't escape this. They can't deny this. There are no excuses. There's no running away from this. People are seeing that this was done by greed, by any means necessary. A very lustful energy. And so it feels like things are working out in your favor here. Wow. All right, Virgo, let's move on and look at what's hidden is the Ten of Swords. It looks like you've ended a very painful cycle. The worst is over. It's very brutal, though, what you've gone through. Very painful. This feels like past. The behind the closed doors. People don't know what you endured. I think just going to share what I'm perceiving. I think one of the reasons why these readings might be, why you might be attracted to listening to these readings, in readings like this, is that your experience in the past, your emotions, your perspective, and what you experienced was invalidated, diminished, dismissed. And so it feels like as you are disconnecting from these toxic energies from the past and present even, that part of your healing journey is validating your own emotions. I am feeling this. It's valid to feel this emotion. It's validating your own emotions, validating your own perspective, validating your own experience, not allowing others to invalidate you any longer. Yes. Being very discerning. It looks like this, what you've gone through, has given you an opportunity to be more head over heart, be discerning. What is a lie? What isn't a lie? That's where we started. A very deceptive energy. Someone who can't be criticized, someone who doesn't want the truth. They want to have their ego fluffed. And it doesn't feel like you would fit into that past energy, because you are only accepting the truth, what you deem as the truth. You're not allowing others to tell you what your reality is. You're feeling your feelings. You're acknowledging and validating your experience. And by validating your emotions, validating your perception, self-validating, then it feels like people can no longer come in and manipulate you. I think you're also learning that who to invest in, to not give everything continually and then kind of wake up and be like, wait, I am exhausted and depleted and I'm not getting anything back. It feels like giving into a relationship, into a connection, into a situation, give a little and see what you get in return. Not what they say, but see how people act, how they behave. Okay, they returned. I'll return same. Okay, they returned a little less. I'm going to give a little less. Because it feels like there's, in the past, you've been in connections, relationships where there's this diminishing returns on investment, where you continue to give at the same amount or more, and the person you're in connection with gives less and less and less and less. So you have to do more. So it's a runner-chaser dynamic. It looks like in what's hidden, Virgo, you're no longer sacrificing yourself in those type of relationships. I'm not willing to chase. I'm not willing to be the only one giving into a relationship, because that's not a balanced relationship. That's one-sided. One person is benefiting when one person is sacrificing themselves. The outcome and advice is the Tower. Yeah, it feels like there's a lot of towers happening in the collective, not just in Virgo, but a lot of collapsing of realities that no longer can stand in this new reality, this new Aquarian age. So someone's reality, something is imploding. What do we need to know about the Tower? What would be the most helpful advice? It looks like someone who has never resolved their mother wound. Someone who's masked, two-faced, people who play both sides. They can't, it feels like they don't know how to be honest. They don't know how to communicate with authenticity. They communicate to manipulate, to control behavior, to control outcomes. So it looks like those who are having towers are those who haven't healed their mother wound, those who need to be told, you're so perfect just the way you are, and can't handle any type of criticism, self-evaluation. They just need their ego stoked and stroked. For some of you, it feels like you might have been this person's surrogate mommy unconsciously. Like it's your job to just tell this person how perfect they are, that there's nothing they need to change, that they can do no wrong, and it feels like then they treat you with disrespect. So your job, the unconscious agreement in this type of relationship, is you project onto this toxic person dreams, hopes, like the best version. I'm only going to see the best in you. I'm only going to allow myself to see what is loving and wonderful about you. And the other half of that unconscious agreement is that they project onto you their shadow, what they can't have about themselves. So they become the most idealized version, creating a toxic trauma bond where you chase after this person, begging them to see you, begging them to validate your feelings, your emotions, your experience, while they project onto you all the blame, all their insecurities, things they can't have about themselves. It looks like this person and these type of energies, these very masked energies, are being seen. They're being unmasked. It feels like they're unmasking themselves just by continuing to behave in the same way that they have been behaving. And with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, it feels like it's a good time to let go of this connection, of these type of connections. Figuring out why you're attached, how you're attached. Feels like there's a lot to learn here about attachment styles. Trauma, healing trauma, even childhood trauma. You might have picked a partner that was similar to your most toxic parent. And so what you were exploring was the woundedness, so you could heal that woundedness. So, all right, that's your reading, Virgo. I hope this was helpful. Take care. Have a great day.